Hi, this is Denny Smith for 93 WIBC's Home and Garden Show, Saturday mornings 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Everybody asks me, Denny, I have the hose hooked up and the next spring after a long winter, all of a sudden I can't get any pressure out of my hose. What's going on? Well, you have to understand what plumbing is all about when it comes to outside faucets. It used to be that the water would come in from the inside and it would terminate right here, and we'd actually just screw a bib cock on here. And then when we would open it up, it'd let the water out, but the water was still right here where my hand is. Really cold winters, what happens is this would freeze. So they came up with an ingenious way for us to actually shut off the water back inside the house. I'm going to pull this out. This is called a freeze-proof wall hydrant, or what a lot of people call a sillcock. The reason we call it a sillcock is, if you remember, most of the faucets were directly underneath the kitchen window, and that was the sill, and then this was the bib cock or the sillcock on the outside. Why was that? Well, because we always had water just inside in the kitchen, and we could drill a hole and pass this through. Well, here's the genius of what a freeze-proof hydrant's all about. Notice where my shutoff is right here, okay? It is 12 inches back from this angle right here. So when I want to shut off the water, I'm turning the handle here, but it's shutting it off back here. This is wonderful. Now, two things can go wrong here. One is, if we don't put this in correctly, even though we shut off the water, this is still full of water. So when we install a sillcock, we want it to be like this. We want to have about 1/4 inch or 1/2 inch per foot fall. What that allows us to do is, when we shut it off back here with this little vacuum breaker, it allows a little bit of air to get in here, and gradually all the water flows out. That's normal. This is the plumber's fault. This is plumber's responsibility. Your responsibility is to disconnect the hose after you use it each time. Why? Because if that hose is connected here, we can't get air into the system to drain it out. This remains full of water. So here's what happens. The first time it freezes, this is just type M copper. And what will happen is it will freeze just a little bit. It's like poking out your cheeks a little bit. The second time it freezes, it expands it and it deforms the copper molecules on the inside. The third time it freezes, it actually cracks it, and it will always crack it on the top, so that the next time that you use this in the springtime, here you are, you're working hard, and you turned on the faucet. Maybe you want to water your posies or whatever. You turn it on, and you're not getting any water pressure out. Why? Because all the water's coming out from this split and this crack, and it's flooding your basement, it's flooding your crawl space, and it's making a mess that you're going to have to clean up, and the insurance company's not going to be happy with you. So this is a freeze-proof sillcock. What are your responsibilities? All right, your responsibility is, every time you use the hose, just disconnect it. Nothing can go wrong if you do that. And if you don't do that, summertime you're free. Long about the fall and we get that first freeze, you can get nailed every time. All right, I'm Denny Smith for WIBC's Home and Garden. If you've got questions for Pat or me, drop us an email, denny@wibc.com or pat@wibc.com, and we'll do our best to help you. And don't forget to listen on Saturday mornings, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m., right here on 93 WIBC.